Alright, I'm here with Phil Neckers, who's been training with us for a few months now, and basically he's got like quite an interesting story that I'd like us to hear, because we come across people like this from time to time and sort of clutching at the last straws and they don't know what to do, and Phil's a relatively young guy. So I'm going to throw it over to you, Phil. Give us everyone a bit of a summary on your story, where you've come from and what you're doing now.
Alright, I guess not a bad way to start would be, it's been pretty much a year since I sat in the office of a muscular or orthopedic surgeon and neurosurgeon who told me he would see 500 people with bad backs a year, and basically told me that at the time I couldn't sit down for more than 5 minutes. He told me that wouldn't really get much better. He told me that, I was just going to be, he told me he was being honest with me and realistic. I was just going to be one of those people with a bad back for the rest of my life. He told me never to run again. He told me never to, if I went to any sort of personal trainer, Pilates person, whatever, if they wanted me to do anything twisting, just to walk out the door and not look back. He basically told me to almost give up, and there was nothing I could do, no surgery, all that stuff.
So how long ago was that?
That was a year ago.
Yep.
This month.
Yep. And what did you do after that? So,
well, I didn't really want to believe him, but I did a lot of Pilates, and that made it a bit more comfortable. But still, I couldn't sit down for more than 10, 20, 30 minutes, depending on the chair, and that just didn't really want to improve. It was really stubborn.
So how long did you persevere with Pilates for?
I'm still doing it occasionally, just for little things that I still like about it. It's definitely taken a massive backseat to everything that I'm doing now.
Yep.
Over the last few months. Okay,
so what stuff have you found has worked for you since you've been training here? Like, what things have you learnt as well, I suppose?
Well, I guess I've learned about, strength and movement. That's probably the most important thing. Just not being stiff, just being able to move like an animal, like a monkey. Just being strong through a whole range of motions and giving yourself that stability.
Yep. So how is your pain now? Like, you previously said you couldn't sort of sit or stand for 5 minutes, or what have you been able to do now since you've been coming?
Well, every Tuesday night and Wednesday night now I'm doing some part-time studies, so I've got 3-hour lectures and I'm getting through those pretty well. I'm starting to run up and down the basketball court a little bit, playing a little bit of light sport.
Because you're a keen basketball player, aren't you?
Very. Yeah. Doing some rock climbing.
Yeah, rock climbing.
Trying to move like a monkey.
Yeah.
I'm on the wall.
Yeah.
And the stronger I get, I think the more comfortable the back just feels.
Yep.
If I don't push it too hard, and I understand the triggers a lot better. It seems less random now.
Yep. What would you say, like, if you were to think of one exercise that's really helped you, what comes to mind when you think of that?
I reckon the cable pushes and pulls, just the one arm sort of lunges.
Yep. Just
getting that motion and the strength in motion, rotating.
Yep.
Just getting the back moving well.
Yeah, perfect. All right, so there's a good story from Phil, and we'll detail everything we've sort of been doing with him, like the program, and we've sort of been using, and understand that I've never met anyone like Phil before, just like I've never met anyone like you, whoever's watching the video. Everyone's different. You need to have a method of assessing people, from flexibility problems to movement problems, and having a method of like defining that. And in Phil's case, it's working. He's still got a long way to go by every means that you can think, but you can sort of see in a very relatively short. How long have you been coming here now? 4 months, 3 months?
3-4 months.
So, like, he's a baby in terms of training with us. Like, we would classify people need 2 years of skills training to actually classify themselves as an adult in terms of functional skills. So he's like still crawling around on the floor like a baby at the moment. But you can sort of see his results are there already. Like, if the pain's not there, he can sit for hours, and where previously was 5 minutes, that's a huge improvement. So thanks for sharing your story, Phil. And we'll see you on the next video. Cool. That's good.